Hello. In this video we will describe an artificial intelligence-based system for supporting investigations of critical incidents that features multiple robot navigation, analytics and decision support, all demonstrated within a virtual environment. This work was carried out in the National University of Ireland, Galway. The acronym CBRNE stands for Chemical, Biological and Radiation / Nuclear. Accidents and attacks that involve CBRNE substances are rare, but can be of high consequence. So the probability is low, but the associated risks are high. When responding to a CBRNE incident, the principles that govern the response mission are to protect life, to identify threats and reduce the risk from them, and to collect evidence. There are two main motivations for our work. The first motivation is to reduce or eliminate the inherent risk for forensic investigators when working in a hazardous environment. And the second is to make use of technology to increase the efficiency of the forensic investigation. This technology includes robotics, sensor systems, and artificial intelligence. In our opinion, forensic investigators can benefit from artificial intelligence in multiple ways. We can provide algorithms for route mapping. We can use deep learning for assessing the scene from images. We can apply information retrieval methods for documentation, such as standard operating procedures. And we can use probabilistic reasoning for ongoing evaluation and updating of risks. This work is part of a project called ROCSAFE, which stands for Remotely Operated CBRNE Scene Assessment and Forensic Examination. This project makes use of robotic aerial and ground vehicles. We have developed a standards-based communications protocol to allow agents to communicate with each other. The agents will map the scene and collect sensor data from areas of interest. Their data is communicated to AI modules to support the crime scene investigators in their decision making. Each robotic vehicle, which is equipped with sensing components such as cameras, is an agent. Each agent has its own comms hub running on a single board computer. The comms hub manages communications with other agents and with the central decision management. Agents accept missions and collaborate with each other to divide up the work. They also poll each other's status and reassess the division of labour over time. Here is a snapshot of the Central Decision Management, or CDM. It comprises a large number of individual modules that exchange information with each other via a publish and subscribe module. We will not go into the details of all individual modules. In general, however, as the agents conduct their mission, they send status updates and data to the CDM. These are presented to the crime scene manager and forwarded to modules such as routing and decision making. Robotic aerial vehicles equipped with cameras are deployed to the scene with a route specified as a sequence of GPS coordinates. Data from these is relayed to the central decision management system in real time. They can then make lower sweeps over important parts of the scene to collect detailed information. To support development and testing of the system, we have designed a 3D virtual environment using Unreal Engine, which is a physics-based game engine, and an air plugin called AirSim to model drones. Here's an overview of the scene in Unreal Engine. We have modelled a critical incident scenario, which is that a cargo train has been carrying radioactive material and it has been derailed in a rural setting by people who used heavy equipment to damage the train track. The radioactive material was buried in the bottom of a coal truck that was being pulled by the train. You can also see an injured human on the scene. Our model also includes other features such as houses, walls and trees. As you can see, the model can provide photorealistic visualizations and accurate real-world physics, making it a useful test bed. Other project partners in ROCSAFE are developing real aerial and ground vehicles and sensor systems that support the same communications protocol as this simulation, and this will allow us to transfer experience from the simulation to the real world. A greedy algorithm is used to divide the scene into individual paths for each robotic aerial vehicle, or RAV, to cover the whole area. The map shows how multiple RAVs will cover the area. In this case, we have 3 of them. If we zoom in and see the path, that is almost non-overlapping and covers the whole region. Each RAV will follow its own path to survey the area, and it will return images with GPS and timestamps to the central decision management. Here in this video, you can see that 3 RAVs have taken off. For the purposes of this video, we have added different coloured trails for each RAV so we can watch their progress. They move off towards the area of interest. The 3 overlay screens shown on the bottom can show individual camera views from each of the RAVs. Alternatively, using the AirSim plugin, the overlay screens can show one original feed, and a depth map and a semantically segmented video image. In the virtual environment, the depth map and segmentations can be computed directly from the 3D model. However, we are using these as ground truth to train a convolutional neural network to compute depth and segmentations for new video footage. Here, the depth map is on the left and the semantically segmented image is on the middle, and the original video feed is on the right. This shows that with different colours the paths followed by each RAV to cover the whole area that needs to be surveyed. You can also see the points where a RAV is hovered. For object detection, we are using MASC or CNN, Regional Based Convolutional Neural Network. This is a customized version that not only detects objects and localizes them with bounding boxes, but also overlays an instance segmentation mask on top of them. For example, here we can see a cyan bounding box with a train label along with the cyan mask overlaid on top to show the contours of the object within the box. There's also a similar one for the truck in red. When a large amount of video footage must be reviewed, we can use object detection to draw the investigator's attention to specific parts of the footage and ignore less important parts. This model can be retrained to detect other objects based on the use case. We can use our virtual world to generate synthetic data. This is important because real-world critical incidents are so rare. In our system, object classification can be combined with probabilistic reasoning to aid in decision support. For example, objects detected can be fed into a probabilistic program to support it reasoning about the most probable explanations for what is observed. Here is an image of a wrongly detected train on the left. Two trains were detected, one in green and the second one almost inside it in blue. However, the green one includes an area that is not correct. Further retraining would improve. To synthesize data and reason about threats over time, we have developed a probabilistic model in the blog programming language. Its goal is to assess the probabilities of different broad categories of CBRNE threat and specific threat substances, as this knowledge will affect what precautions people must take. Suppose, for example, there is actually radiation in cell 18, but this is not already known. Initially then, there is equal probability of radiation in all cells. But then the crime scene manager is told that a first responder with a handheld instrument detected evidence of radiation in cells 18 and 19, so probability increases in those cells. RAVs are dispatched to review the whole area, and they observed damaged vegetation in the areas highlighted in blue here. And so probability increases there, as this could be caused by radiation or chemical substances. RAVs are dispatched again with radiation sensors to fly low over those regions, and they subsequently detect a source in one region. Then, because the damaged vegetation has been explained by radiation, the threat of biological threats is much lower. We can then use elastic search for retrieval of documentation such as standard operating procedures. As the information in the form of keywords arrives, documents are re-ranked and more important ones bubble up. Overall, the contributions of this work are first, an integrated system for critical incident decision support, incorporating a range of different AI techniques with baseline implementations. Second, an extensible physics-based model of an incident. And third, a communications protocol for information exchange between subsystems. All of these are open source, enabling other researchers to integrate their AI modules with this system or to model other scenarios and evaluate the existing AI modules on them. Thank you for your attention.